Well, at the weekend, the Palaszczuk government made a major announcement, a $1.8 billion Queensland Jobs Fund. And today, right now, the Energy Minister, Mick de Brenni, is giving a CEDA speech where he is outlining the next investment in that Queensland Jobs Fund. Well, he said the Jobs Fund would be all about helping our existing industries to expand as well as attracting new industries to Queensland in order to create jobs. And so today's announcement is the next milestone in a partnership between Stanwell and Iwatani, a big Japanese powerhouse company that wants Queensland green hydrogen. And today we're announcing that we have identified land at Aldoga near to here in Gladstone, 236 hectares of land where we hope to build a hydrogen electrolyser plant. We will use renewable energy, solar and wind generated here within our Central Queensland renewable energy zone to make green hydrogen and export it to Japan and around the world. In the process, we will create thousands of jobs in construction and in local manufacturing, which will inject billions of dollars into the Queensland economy. We've proven here in Gladstone that we can do big projects like this, that we can create whole new industries and in the process drive billions of dollars of investment and jobs when we delivered the three LNG processing and export plants. And that's precisely what we want to see happen over the next 5, 6, 10 years. A new hydrogen industry creating jobs for Central Queenslanders, exporting clean, renewable energy from some of the best renewable energy resources in the world to places that can't, like Japan. This will deliver jobs for the Gladstone community now and well into the future. And of course, it's great to be joined for this announcement by our member for Gladstone and the Mayor of Gladstone. So I'll hand over to them.
Thank you, Deputy Premier. And it's a great announcement once again here today by the Palaszczuk government in securing the hydrogen industry of the future with Stanwell coming forward into the Gladstone region. This deal today means now that Stanwell can get on with a secure block of land in the state development area, which we know has continued to deliver not only for the Gladstone region but for the state of Queensland for many, many years that we know about. What this announcement today means is that the new renewable energy source with hydrogen going forward is going to be massive for Gladstone. I've said it before. Gladstone will be the biggest hub of hydrogen energy in Australia. What this also means in one of my portfolios for manufacturing is opportunities plus. What this will see is opportunities for manufacturing to come in with cheap renewable energy for businesses not only here in Gladstone but right throughout Australia and to the world. One of the things as Manufacturing Minister also is I want to see us able to manufacture our own electrolysers here in Queensland and here in the Gladstone region. We have some of the best tradesmen, we have some of the best skilled workers in the world based here in Gladstone. So this project, when it goes forward, we have the facilities to do it. We have the greatest port in the world, as you'll see here behind me, and we have the greatest workforce that you will know that can build these facilities. We've just finished building, about 6 or 7 years ago now, $65 billion worth of LNG industries in the Gladstone region. Now is our time to diversify from those big industries and move into the renewable space, and the hydrogen space is what we're talking about today. So it's great news that the Deputy Premier here in Queensland, the Treasurer and the Premier are all very supportive of this new industry coming, and particularly this new industry is coming to the Gladstone region. Thank you.
Thanks. Well, it's fantastic to be here, of course, with the Port of Gladstone right behind me and to welcome the Deputy Premier to Gladstone as he makes another announcement for our community. Thank you to my very good friend Glenn Butcher, the Minister for Manufacturing, and to Mick de Brenni, the Minister for Hydrogen and Renewable Energies there in Brisbane, and making that announcement. Of course, the people in Brisbane won't be surprised that this announcement is being made right here in Gladstone, that is being made for Central Queensland. Stanwell is a proud Central Queensland company, and the fact that they are going to be continuing to invest in Central Queensland is so good for the Gladstone region, but so good for Central Queensland. When it comes to hydrogen, this just adds to our ecosystem that we're creating. We recently signed a MOU with Australian Gas Infrastructure Group, with, of course, the Gladstone Ports Corporation, the university, but equally important with Sumitomo Corporation. Japan knows that we are the sunshine state and we can produce that renewable hydrogen for them. This is not just going to be good for Gladstone, this is going to be good for Central Queensland. So I thank you, Deputy Premier, thank you, Minister, and thank you, Minister de Brenni.
Do you take questions? Or if we covered everything, that's fine too.
What sort of jobs will be created from it?
So there'll be jobs in manufacturing the plant itself, and then ongoing jobs in the production and export of the hydrogen. But we also expect that once we have offtake and demand, we will be able to supply hydrogen domestically as well, effectively storing that renewable energy for industrial users who need 24/7 fuel.
Obviously, it's only early days, but what sort of timeline are we looking at?
You're right, it is early days, but this industry is powering ahead, and we're not alone in wanting to meet this global demand. And so the Palaszczuk government is very energised about competing to get in that market, to be first into that market, because that's how we'll create those opportunities. We have natural advantages with our renewables and wind resources, as well as our advanced generation capacity already. But as I say, there are other states around the country and other places around the world that would love to have these jobs, that would love to have this industry, and so we know we need to move quickly to meet demand, particularly out of places like Japan and Korea, but also down the track into Europe.
Will projects like this help with the state government's emissions targets?
They will help with our emissions targets, both by providing stabilisation of demand across the energy market, but also by delivering that access to hydrogen for high energy using industries where they need the security of energy that hydrogen can provide when wind and solar might be unavailable.
This is unrelated, but if the Premier goes to the Olympics, will she quarantine on return?
Look, those arrangements, the same arrangements that apply to the Olympic team, I assume will apply there. I'm not across the details of it, but I think all Queenslanders want to see us host the Olympics in 2032, and whatever we can do to secure that, if that means the Premier travelling with the Prime Minister and the Lord Mayor, then that's entirely appropriate.
And she will be quarantining?
Look, I'm not across the exact details of the return. We do know we had to get both doses of the vaccine before they could travel, and that's what we did yesterday.
And do we have any details of the new vaccination centres opening in the southeast this weekend?
Not at this stage, but we do hope to confirm them shortly.
So what's the plan to invest in ramping up vaccination manufacturing in Queensland?
So we outlined on Sunday our plan to deliver sovereign vaccine manufacturing capability at the TRI site at the PA Hospital in Brisbane. That's a really important development. Our scientists there, Queensland researchers, are curing diseases, creating vaccines every single day, but right now they have to go overseas to manufacture their products, and so we want to deliver an ability to manufacture them here in Queensland.
Great.
Just one more question. The Mayor said in the Senate inquiry earlier today that there were 6 hydrogen projects. Is this correct? And will this bump it up to 7?
I'm not sure whether that's included in your 6 or not, but we certainly expect to see many, many more hydrogen projects like this one, taking advantage of that world-class renewable resource we have here, and I'll let the Mayor tell you how we added up to 6.
Yep.
Just back to the Olympics. Do you think that the government could be sending mixed messages by saying that they're going to be attending the Olympics, but that there's uncertainty of quarantine?
Look, all I was saying was that I'm not across those specific arrangements, but I'm sure they will be based on the health advice as we have throughout this entire pandemic. But we are absolutely determined to secure the Olympics for Queensland in 2032. That's a very exciting opportunity for our state. And it's an opportunity for us to leverage off our world-class health response. You know, there's very few places around the world that could be bidding for the Olympics right now. They're busy dealing with second and third waves of this pandemic, while we have relative normality and we're able to put together a very compelling bid for the Olympics in 2032. Thank you. Do you want to count to 6?
Oh, you can go to 6.
I can answer that for you. We have a lot of interest in hydrogen in the Gladstone region, so including ones that we're speaking to that are not as advanced as Iwatani or Sumitomo, but we have a lot of people coming through my door. Obviously, we've got our economic development specialist, Gary Scanlon, and we have a fantastic team in the Gladstone region working all together, whether it's the CQ ROC of Central Queensland Regional Organisation of Councils, all the mayors working together with the RDA. When you come to Gladstone, you hear the same story. We're ready and we're open for business.
So Gladstone's already kind of known as a hydrogen powerhouse. How this new project, help secure that inland rail project that you've been calling for?
Oh, well, I'm not sure that they work so much together, but there's certainly more jobs and more industries. And the inland rail is so important for Gladstone. It's so important for Central Queensland, and it's so important for this port. Have a look behind us. This is the most expandable port in the southern hemisphere, right here behind us. And hydrogen is going to be exported from the Gladstone port as well. It's going to happen. We have that MOU with Sumitomo, and I can see Iwatani and Stanwell exporting to the world as well. A lot faster than people expect. And I'd love to see what Minister Butcher was talking about, manufacturing those electrolysers here in Gladstone as well. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Well, we can, yes.